What's happening, my Jacked family? Coach Scott here. Welcome to another episode of the Jacked at 40 podcast, and Happy New Year! It's the last day of 2021, and I hope you're just as excited for 2022 as I am. Now, in the last video, I asked you what you want to improve upon in 2022, the goals that you want to achieve. In today's video, let's talk about what you can do to increase your chances of success in achieving those goals. It's all got to do with the power of your mind, and chances are it's stuff that you have heard before, but a little refresher is always a good thing, especially important when you have kind of applied some of these strategies in the past just for the short term, but then kind of brushed them off, or maybe you brushed them off altogether. You've heard it before and yeah, I know I should do that, but you've never really followed through. I want today to be the beginning of the day that you apply these strategies each and every day. It doesn't take much time at all, but I'm telling you, the impact is powerful. It all begins with setting a goal with a deadline. The SMART goals that we've always heard about before, it's got to be measurable, it's got to be realistic. So writing down that goal and having a deadline. So maybe your goal is to lose 20 pounds of fat. Are you going to give yourself 12 weeks to achieve that goal? Write that deadline down. And as I've mentioned in the past, it's really helpful to tie an event into that goal. What's worked for me in the past is scheduling photo shoots around that goal. I view my body as a work of art, and having a photo at the end of my transformation, a professional photo that captures my body as a work of art, a masterpiece, is an incredible, rewarding experience. It's not only builds some confidence and pride, but just a healthy fascination of the potential of our ability to transform our physique, to sculpt our physique. It really is a thing of beauty. Our bodies, we're all unique. We're all different. And capturing your own unique masterpiece is just, it's a magnificent thing. It's something that should be celebrated. And again, making you feel proud of yourself, what you've been able to achieve throughout this process. So there's a lot of emotion that comes with tying some sort of event to your goal. So having the goal that you want to achieve, the deadline, and an event that has some emotion behind it. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe a wedding is a great way to tie in that event to your goal there. Maybe you just have a vacation coming up and you want to walk confidently along the beach. So there's so many different events that you can tie into it. But I really find, especially this day and age where travel is kind of limited right now and there's a lot of uncertainty, a photo shoot is something that you can do and can tie in a lot of great emotion to that goal. What I want you to do is to write that goal out each and every day. It's one thing, like I find out what happens with a lot of people, even a lot of clients, is that they know their goal, they set it, and then they just keep going through their day. You got to remind yourself of that goal each and every day and why it's important to you. So I mentioned in that last video, what I want to improve upon in 2022 is my mobility, my flexibility. I want to move better throughout the day. And the way I'm going to improve upon that is by incorporating yoga into my lifestyle. So I'm still doing my weight training 4 times per week. I'm incorporating some yoga, like just quick little 10-minute sessions most days of the week. The days that I'm not doing weight training, I'll incorporate maybe a 20 to 30-minute session. For right now, I'm just watching videos. I'm trying to improve my skills, my knowledge of the yoga practice before getting into a studio setting where I can go into it with a little bit more confidence in my abilities. So it's really important. There's been some poses throughout this process that as I'm learning, like my hips are probably the tightest aspect of my body. So the pigeon pose is tough for me to do properly. The cow face pose is really, really difficult for me because my hips are really just crazy, crazy tight. So I'm setting a goal of by April 1st, I'm going to be able to do those poses comfortably, properly, confidently. And why do I want to improve upon my mobility, my flexibility? Why do I want to feel comfortable and confident doing those poses in particular? Is that it's going to allow me to move through my day pain-free. I'm without any kind of stiffness, without any kind of limitation. And when I think about not only 3 months from now, how I'll be able to move through my day pain-free, I can picture myself doing certain activities, just bending over, squatting down, and I picture myself down the road. And not only am I picturing myself 3 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, I am visualizing myself 20 years from now on some incredible adventures with all my balance, my coordination, and able to get through all these activities that allow me to live my life to the fullest. Nothing is going to limit me. I don't want my mobility to be able to limit me from living my life to the fullest, to taking part in these adventures to the best of my abilities. So I know flexibility and mobility is not only important to me right now, it's going to improve my workout performance. I'm going to be able to increase the range of motion. I may be able to perform some of these exercises and build strength through those full ranges of motion, but I'm going to be able to do it pain-free. And it's just going to impact all different aspects of my life. And there's also the spiritual component. Like I'm incorporating yoga, like as I'm improving my mobility and flexibility with yoga, I'm enhancing my mind-muscle connection, and I'm enhancing my connectedness to everything around me. I really find it a very spiritual experience that's going to decrease my stress levels and really ground me in the moment, improve my focus, which is another aspect of my life that I really want to improve upon. So this goal, these little goals that I'm setting for myself to improve my mobility and flexibility, like there's a lot, I'm sure you can tell right now, like the emotion behind it. Like I just want to move my best. I want to feel my best. I want to be able to live my life to the fullest. And I know that this is going to help get me there. So I am going to be taking the daily actions that are going to allow me to fulfill this goal. And I'm really taking just that 30 seconds each and every day. Like I'm starting my day writing down that goal, why it's important to me, and I spend 30 seconds visualizing myself. I'm visualizing myself 3 months from now. So it's not quite the start of spring. It's going to be getting close. I can see myself out on the paddleboard with more mobility, more flexibility, able to do different things that I couldn't do before. Just doing different activities throughout the day in my everyday living that are going to be effortless and pain-free. Things I'm doing right now that I feel a little bit of discomfort doing them because I'm so stiff in my hips and in my core. So picturing myself 3 months from now moving more freely with all the daily activities, and picturing myself 10 years from now, 20 years from now, just this incredible zest for life and the excitement to try different things, different adventures, knowing that I have the full capacity to do so. There's no limitations there. So really spending just 30 seconds visualizing myself in the future. And it's powerful. It's stuff that, again, most people brush off, and you get stuck thinking of everything that you need to do today and oh my God, all these tasks. 30 seconds to calm your mind and picture yourself living your best life. That is going to drive you to do the daily actions that are necessary to get you there. So that's the next step. So not only is it important to just write things down every day, write your goal down, write the deadline, write why you want to achieve that, visualize yourself having achieved that, but what do you need to do today to get you closer to that goal? So today, it's a workout day for me. 10-minute yoga session, allowing myself to no distractions during that time, really focus on that mind-body connection, improving my mobility, flexibility today. Tomorrow it's going to be the same thing. Wednesday is my off day from training, so I'm going to be doing a 30-minute yoga session that day. So different things, and even just incorporating some little gentle stretching throughout the day, whether it's in the middle of my training session or after my training session. Different things that I can do to improve my mobility and flexibility. So for yourself, what are the daily things? If your goal is to drop 20 pounds in the next 12 weeks, what do you need to do today that will bring you closer to that goal? You need to do your weight training session. Maybe you're going to get out for a walk. You need to hit your calorie target for the day. You want to make sure that you are getting to bed at your set timing, getting an adequate amount of quality sleep tonight. So focusing on those things are going to bring you closer to your goal today. And celebrate what you did yesterday. What are all the things, if those are things that you needed to get done and execute yesterday, pat yourself on the frickin' back. Celebrate those successes, every little thing. Maybe you faced a temptation and you were able to brush off that temptation where in the past you struggled with it. Boom, a huge pat on the back. So that is going to go a long way in helping you, allowing you to stick with this process, stick with what you need to get done to achieve your goal. Because so often we're just waiting to achieve that goal before we can celebrate. We finally feel happy, all right, woohoo, I finally got here. But there are so many little mini victories that you experience each and every day that you need to take great pride in celebrating. And it really helps if you are helping others throughout this process as well. I'm sure there's others that you know who have a similar goal to you, and you guys can do this, share this experience together. Maybe you're taking different paths to get to these goals, different workout programs, maybe different diets, but you can encourage each other each and every day, support each other each and every day, and celebrate your victories together. A great way, if you don't have any friends who are going through a similar journey, join a support community, something like the Jacked After 40 Club, where we are all on similar experiences, different yet similar. And again, we all have different foods that we enjoy. There's different practices. We're all, again, similar, but there's subtle little difference between. But again, we can celebrate our victories together. We can share our goals with each other. What do you need to get done today? What are you going to improve upon today to bring you closer to your goal? You achieve those things today, boom, let's celebrate those victories together at the end of the day. Another thing that's very important is preparing for challenges. There are going to be challenges along the way. You are going to face temptations if your goal is fat loss right now. What are you going to do when you face those temptations? What are you going to do if you don't have the willpower to abstain from that temptation? You give in to those temptations. Are you going to feel guilty afterwards? Are you going to beat yourself up afterwards? Or are you going to learn from the experience? And if you learn from the experience, are you going to pat yourself on the back and celebrate that victory, either just among yourself or with friends who are going through similar experiences? Maybe you're going to face an injury along the way. What will happen if you injure yourself? Maybe you twist your ankle doing something. What are you going to do? Are you going to stop working out altogether, or are you going to focus on working the one leg that's still good and working your upper body a little bit more? Just preparing, just think of like, what are some potential challenges that you may face along the way here? So it's not just food challenges, but exercise challenges, maybe schedule. Maybe you're going to get faced with bombarded with work, or something comes up with family where you need to dedicate more time to them and you have less time to work out, less time to prepare meals. What are you going to do to still help you stay on track with your goals? Maybe you can't be quite as active. Maybe you can only do a 20-minute workout instead of a 60-minute workout. Just finding different ways to make sure that, again, you're sticking on track. That may mean that you have to reduce your calories just a little bit more there. Maybe you have to get a little bit more simple with your nutrition and really having a structure set in place that makes it easier for you, mindless for you, almost effortless for you to stay on track with your nutrition there. So preparing for challenges, they are going to happen. If you're prepared ahead of time, it's going to be a lot easier for you to overcome those challenges. And really, you should welcome those challenges, because that is where you grow through this experience. That's going to be the kind of lessons that you learn to help you stick with this for the long term, to become your best self. I am continuously learning and growing through the challenges that I face on a day-to-day basis. So do not fear challenges. Do not get upset when you face setbacks. They are all there for you to thrive. They are a lesson for you to learn so you can grow, so you can become a better version of yourself. So again, chances are this is nothing new to you, but I really want this to be the year where you make this a daily practice, to write out all the goals that you want to achieve each and every day, to get excited about them, to take that time to visualize your life a year from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now, living your life to the fullest with confidence, pride, zest, vitality, just wanting to give the best of yourself to each and every day, picturing yourself thriving in all aspects of life. Again, it's so easy to brush this stuff off, but I'm telling you, it doesn't take hardly any time out of your day at all. Starting your day like this is going to set you up for success. It begins your day with a positive frame of mind, a mindset that gets you excited for about what's about to become. And it really gives you direction. It keeps you focused on what you need to do today to bring you closer to achieving your goals. So please, please, please take that time to share your goals. I would love to hear them from you and what you're going to be doing on a daily basis. Allow me to be a part, play a role in your support system to celebrate those mini victories with you every step of the way. Hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you did, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from listening to today's podcast, please do me a favor and share it with them. More than anything, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share your insights, share your feedback, and before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Shredded After 40. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you next podcast.